This tonight's watch, we're gonna talk about Sonic. But first, we gotta do recaps. Who goes first? Is it a set thing, or do we just pick?
Well,
I don't know. Go
possibly.
first, Mark.
Yeah,
I
go.
can
You go first.
I have my phone this time. For shows, I'll start with shows. Caught up on Mythic Quest, caught up on Severance. Almost done
Matt,
with
are you
season
caught up
2.
on Severance?
I am.
Nice.
That last
That
episode?
episode was
So
good.
good.
Don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about
So
it.
good, though.
It's so good. Yeah.
go ahead.
I have one more episode left of season 2 of Righteous Gemstones. I watched the first episode of season 2 of Interview with a Vampire today with Kelly. We finished season 4 of Teen Wolf.
Ooh.
Thoughts.
My least
Overall.
favorite season.
Oh god.
Like, because one is worse quality, but it was like more fun to laugh at.
Okay.
I actively like hate season 4. I think it's also because it came out like off the high of season 3, because I really like 3. I didn't care about a single person storyline this whole season, and the season before I think there was like one or two throughout the 20 episodes that I didn't super care about. This one, like, not a single one. I thought the last episode was just straight up trash. Like, it was just not even like an offensive decision or anything. It was just poorly made, and I was just like,
That's worse.
this sucks. Like, what
I thought
has
it
this show
was-
become?
Funny hearing you guys watch it last night and just hearing like 5-minute intervals you scoff at something.
I
That was fun.
I had to cut back on the amount I wanted to laugh because it was getting irritating for a show that she likes. But
Oh, I
but
see.
Yeah.
then a couple things happened, and she knew I couldn't hold it in because she started laughing too. Because I started getting
Okay.
really bad.
Okay, thank God.
But like, there's kind of like not a new main character, kind of. He's like a part of it, and they're trying to help him now because Scott's like used to it, and because Styles is not going to become a werewolf. There's like a new character, and I do not like him. I think he's so boring. I think he's just so irritating, and he pisses me off. And like they make him so whiny, and it's like, oh my god, he pisses me off every time he comes on screen.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Lee-
name names.
Liam, I think.
Liam.
But what
Liam.
sucks is like there was new character like Isaac the season before, but he left the show to go do originals, so they introduced somebody else. But if they did it with him, because they were starting to do that in season 3, it would have been good. I liked him. I do not like this new character. And they brought back my least favorite villain from season 1. Was like the kind of main person of this one, and I just don't think she's good as bad guy. I don't like her acting either, to be honest. She pisses me off. She pisses me off, okay? Not the actress's fault all the time, to be honest. It's just the
But
way
some
they
of the
write
time.
her. I just do not.
Oh.
I do not like her. Oh, but we're done with season 4. We watched the first episode of season 5, which was already better. So
Okay.
I don't know, weird community type stuff. Season 4.
The gas
not-
leak.
yeah. There is definitely like it's better quality than 1 and 2, but I don't feel like it is because I feel like the writing's worse.
Got you.
Let's see. Finish season 2 of Shrinking. I think out of
done.
sitcoms, it's one of my favorite traditional sitcoms. It's like modern age in like the jokes that they make, but it is like not Community or Sunny, like anti sitcom or like hyper aware like how Community is. But I think it's one of my favorites. Like every character I like essentially, and they just keep growing,
Nice.
but they keep doing good characters. They introduced one of the Wayans brothers this season, and he was
No.
They really? Which one?
Really?
I'll have to look it up. I don't want to get it wrong, but
Okay.
he's
Ooh.
good too. Like everything about.
That's
funny.
big.
Is it Damon Wayans Jr.? Because he's the youngest, I think.
Let me see. I just want to.
Matt, did you watch Shrinking?
I watched season 1. I still need
Me
to
too.
watch season 2,
Did
but
you
I'm
like season 1?
I really liked season 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch season 2. I've just been really behind on everything.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Yes. Okay.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. I like him.
And they had some new actors this season that were really good. I don't want to spoil or anything, but
Mhm,
I liked season 2 more than 1, and I already really liked 1 because Trini
Yeah.
started watching 1. I really like it, but season 2, I liked more, just because it's just
Okay.
the characters you know more,
Yeah.
and they're dumber to each other.
Good.
And even when people make mistakes in this show, it's like very easily forgiven because they're all just friends. They all fuck up. So
Yeah.
I really like it. Harrison Ford just fucking kills me every time he speaks in it. So, I think that's it for shows, unless I'm missing something that you guys know. Nothing with you guys, I don't think. Else. Okay. Movies. I have been doing. Let's see. I think I didn't talk about Hard Eyes last time, did I? I did.
Yeah, you did. I thought.
Yeah, you did.
'Kay.
You mentioned it.
Yes.
Then the only two movies are Sonic and Dogman.
Dogman.
Dog.
Which
man.
Matt,
Yeah.
that is high priority.
Get
Is
your
it?
ass
Okay,
to the
okay.
theater.
Have you seen the Captain
Yeah.
Underpants from 2017?
Yes, I watched.
Okay,
The
we.
closer you look, the closer you look.
It's gonna be crazy because it's gonna
I
jump
didn't
cut to that.
remember what it was.
The recording jumped out, and it was sometime during me talking about Dogman. So Dogman was great, and then I think all I said was I was reading the third Riley Sager book, and that's about it. And I was passing it off to Luke.
I've been watching Daredevil, and it is good. It's real good. It is very good.
He's talking
Just so
about
you
the
guys know.
original Daredevil show. He has not started Born Again.
Yeah. This is yes. I'm catching up to watch Born Again,
Great.
but the original show is so good.
Mhm.
Everything about it, all the characters, just in general, it's one of like the most like the writing of all the characters is so good, and it's a superhero show. It's like everything I want in a superhero is Matt Murdock. You know, he's the guy. He's the man. Anyway, Mark told me that this rating won't hold, but when Daredevil Born Again first came
No,
out,
don't
it
don't even think about it.
it was sitting at a 9.6 out of 10.
Luke, you gotta stop thinking. There was 300 reviews, Matt.
Yeah, you
It didn't
cannot-
hold, Luke. I'll tell you.
Not
that.
representative.
Luke.
Yeah.
You got not think
So
about that.
anyway, but who's to say? Who's to say? I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm on season 2 right now, and I need to finish. And yeah, honestly, that's about it. I've still
Any
been reading
reading?
my book, Notes on an Execution, and then
I know something you've been watching.
what have I been watching?
Workaholics.
Oh.
Yes, but none this week, I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yes,
watched half
because
season
we
4.
caught up on Severance, and then we watched half of a whole season. Oh yeah, this season's been good.
It's a shorter
This season has been good.
This season
This
is very
season-
good. The vibes are very good. This is a big this is a great season for Durs so far. He's got
Yes.
an energy to him this season.
Yes. Yeah. Severance is really good.
Oh.
I think that's just my adjective for today. Is really good. Except for this movie. My friends and I saw Captain America: Brave New World. I did not like that movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
bad.
I
I
thought
thought
so with the
it-
ratings, Luke, but I was hoping you'd find some enjoyment in it.
No.
Wow, not even.
You
not
said
even
you
like
really
liked Harrison Ford. You said you
I
liked
did like Harrison Ford. I mean, like
I like
it's
Harrison
a-
Ford and everything. Yeah.
all the actors are good, but it just the pacing and just things would happen. And there was no like tension. I just wasn't interested in anything, and I almost fell asleep.
Oh, you did watch something else, Luke. I know something else.
What did I
Oh my
watch?
god.
The Oscars.
Oh,
party.
he had a party.
Oh, Luke, you threw a
Yes.
party.
He didn't throw
I didn't
one.
throw
He
the
took a
party.
walk in the middle of
I
it.
caught- Twice. No,
Good.
3 times I took a walk during the middle of it, but it was good. The Oscars were fine, I guess.
Nice.
You
It took-
won the game.
Yes, I guessed 14 out of the 23 categories right, so I won
Boy.
out of all of
More
us.
than
But I missed who would win Best Actress in a Leading Role, Best Actor, and Director. So,
Dang. The big,
I guess
that's
you-
3 of the big ones.
yes, I did guess Best Picture, so my streak is alive since 2021.
Nice.
So not a long streak,
Still a good streak.
But actually, since like 2016 or 17, I've guessed the right ones, except for Coda. That one I did not.
Oh, yeah.
That gooped me.
Matt, have you
But-
seen Anora yet?
I haven't. I really want to, but I've been waiting for it to go on streaming somewhere, and I haven't been able to. Luke, I watched the first part, the first like half of the Oscars. Did you see Garrett Watts there? Because I did.
Yes,
No.
in front of Sean Baker.
I
Yes.
wasn't paying that
When-
close. I wasn't watching closely. I was looking
It was
You were watching too close.
it was when I think did Anora win Best Original Screenplay? Because I think that's when I saw.
Yeah.
It's when Sean Baker was walking up. I was like, "That's
And
Garrett
just
fucking Watts." Because
The
I don't.
happiest man in the world sat in front
That's
of
cool
him.
that you saw it without seeing his post or anything, because he
Yeah.
posted
Yeah.
about it, but
That's
you just
so
noticed
cool.
him.
Immediately, I was googling. I was furiously
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and then a Reddit post came up where someone was like, you know, he was all dressed up taking pictures for something, and it was that exact same outfit, and I was like, oh my god, how did Garrett swing that? That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I love
Anyway.
that you noticed. Like,
Yeah, I was
live.
like,
Well, he's
that's the second
the
time
big
that's
green
happened.
giant, so
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Every picture of people standing, he's towering over them.
Katie
love
showed me an Instagram video today, and I was like, "Hey, is that Garrett in the background?" And it was Garrett.
Yeah.
He was there. He was like this person's friend. It was a whole yeah. They
He
were
knows
doing
everything.
yeah. It
I
was.
did not.
He's popping up everywhere. I feel like
Love
I'm
it.
making this up in my head. I'm like, am I just seeing
Seeing
someone?
Garrett.
it is
Yeah.
funny because he always talks about how he doesn't leave his house and that he's
Yeah.
like
But he does.
that he sleeps like a vampire, but he's actually like involved in so much and like
So
does these
many
crazy
things.
I can't believe I didn't notice him. That's so
That's
cool.
embarrassing for you.
Sounds like not a real fan.
Luke doesn't like your
Luke did not give a shit about the ceremony. That's why.
I'm done.
I think Kelly go
Luke-
next because a lot of ours are the same, and then we'll go Matt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the only movies are Sonic and Dogman, which was incredible. And I think my only other update is that I started reading Lord of the Flies.
Oh hell yeah, I like that book.
Yeah, you can see a trend in my interests recently.
Yellow Jackets also. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm 2 chapters in. It's really good so far.
Mhm.
I love that shit. Matt?
Was that it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only it's the same shows I'm watching, same everything.
Gotcha. Okay, the only movie I watched was Sonic the Hedgehog 2020. For TV, Katie and I have been keeping up with Reno. We're watching Reno. We're in halfway through season 7 about.
Wow.
Matt, the Spanish Mike Alvarez episodes were on TV the other day. which are
Oh,
such a good art.
classics.
Halfway through 7,
Yeah.
you might be on Coyote Hunt.
Hazing.
I think I'm on Coyote Hazing. Yes, that's
That's
the
the
one.
one
we're
you're
on.
on?
Hazing.
That's
that's-
next, yeah.
It's one of our
Have we
favorites.
shown you that one? Did we watch
Yes,
that?
we have. we
Yes,
have.
the
We
one
showed
where
you guys
Dangle
it
is
'cause we
dressed
love
like
it.
11 and he's like,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Really weird to go jump from 2007 or whatever it was, 2009
Yeah.
to 2020 because it's great to see all the character actors come back who have been on the show, like Jim Rash. Every time
Yes,
he's
yes,
back,
yes.
I'm like, yes,
Yeah, like they all
Um,
came back.
everybody
Totally.
did. But it's really weird to see them doing like the Reno shit, but with like stuff that I remember from growing up, and not just like usually when they're making
Yeah.
fun of stuff, it's stuff I remember from like the past, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I kind of know what that is. It's very weird to hear them tackle topical stuff now, and it's very
Mhm.
funny.
It's like watching Peep Show and having Mark pull out an iPhone in season 9 and
You're
being
like,
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
I know it's like the early seasons of Peep Show. I'm just like, since I am
Another
not
world.
I'm not British, so it's already like, and then it's like 2003, and
Yeah.
so they're like, he's like, Blair did this, and I was like, I think that's the prime minister.
Yeah.
I played him once. I know
Yeah.
who that is.
Yeah. What
Was
else?
season 7, did that start with the coffin scene?
Yes, yes,
The
Yeah.
continuous?
that was crazy.
That was insane.
It's really weird. They've got so many people back now that there are certain episodes where we're like, Did Rizzo say a single word that episode? And the
Yes,
answer is no.
usually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually Garcia doesn't say anything.
Not
I
a
love
single
it.
word.
I love that.
Except if the episode's all about him. Like,
Yes.
Right.
yeah.
Yes,
Coyote
the one,
hazing.
the one we just did, Craig, the Truckee River Killer, came back.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Which was nice.
Yeah, also, does it imply that the cameraman, like the camera is seeing
He's-
the ghost?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, because they're going back and forth. They're cutting between.
It's a late night with the devil esque.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, so we've also been watching RuPaul's Drag Race. We're at the very end of season 13, and we've already watched 15 and 16. So once we watch 14, we'll have seen all of 9 through
Nice.
16.
Nice.
We're all over the place, but it's been a lot of fun.
Do you have a
I-
favorite winner of the seasons that you've seen?
Ooh.
It's okay if you don't. Just
I can't-
wondering.
Off the top of my head, no, because
Okay.
there's also people from seasons who get down to like 3 or 4 where
Yeah.
like I actually liked one of the other ones better. It just
Yeah,
in terms
for
of
sure.
vibes and like I'd hang out with you, I'd go to brunch with you.
Congeniality.
Yeah,
Matt,
you know.
How
out of the
about...
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna change for a second, but it was around
Mm.
reality TV. I was gonna say,
Oh.
out of the seasons you've seen, who's your
Mm.
favorite Hell's Kitchen winner? And there is a correct answer.
Christina.
Of course. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
She's the only person whose name I remember.
I loved
from the
Christina. She
winners.
was so
She's the
like, I
best.
don't want to be a part of the draw. She was like, I
She
don't want
was
to be on
so cool.
camera.
Yeah, yeah, she's awesome.
Out of the seasons that you've seen, what's your favorite season? Not winner.
Oh man, that's tough. What I
Okay.
can say is there's been a favorite rusical. Because those are
Okay.
easier to be like, which
Yeah, for
production was the
sure.
best?
Because they can
And
be
They did a
garbage sometimes.
They can. I kind of. It was, I think, the first Rusical I ever saw, but it
Mhm.
was like the best one, and I think even Ruse said like this was flawless. It was a Footloose,
Oh.
a spoof called Wig
Mhm.
Loose, and I think it was season 15, and
Mhm.
every
Wow.
single person in it was just pitch perfect. There was nobody messed up. It was like, it was so good. It was so funny. So season 15 was way up there. I have no idea. I cannot remember who won
Okay.
what season because we've been watching them so in such quick succession.
Speaking of reality TV, what are your thoughts on Luke's new favorite show, Jersey Shore?
I've
That
seen
we, yes,
10
Ah.
minutes or 15 minutes of one
Culminated.
episode.
but we were
I
just watching it.
recall being in high school and actually watching that
Yep.
show at least
Yeah.
like half a season, maybe a season, and watching it in the garage.
Yep. I was
So
telling
Mark-
them about that. I was with you
Yep.
because it was a marathon. Yeah.
Correct. And I couldn't exactly explain why I was like really enjoying the show, and I was
No.
kind of embarrassed at the time because I
No.
didn't have I couldn't understand, I think, why I was into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is why
There's a reason why it went on where there's like
Yeah.
10 different versions of it. It's
Right.
incredible content.
it's hilarious.
That
it's
is what
so
television
stupid.
was made for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Luke was
understand.
enjoying it.
I was enjoying
You were
it. though.
enjoying it.
I was
You were
enjoying it.
missing Polly D though.
Dude,
I was missing Polly.
wasn't-
D.
He
it's
wasn't there.
it's like watching zoo animals sometimes. It's like it's crazy out there in the animal kingdom, man. People just punch each other for no reason.
His nickname is The Situation.
Yeah. Luke was horrified to hear them use the term smush room.
The Smush Room?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot, guys. I totally forgot when I was thinking of all the characters.
Yeah.
That I forgot about the situation. He was my least favorite when I watched it.
Oh,
I
he's the
hated
worst.
him. I hated him.
Oh yeah, he did not have a good outing.
No,
Uh,
He never does. He never does, Luke.
But
I-
Ronnie, like the situation, I guess, told him a secret, and then Ronnie was like to two of the women. He was like, he told me something that I don't want to repeat because he wanted to say
He
it.
wanted to
but
say
him
it,
just
yeah.
saying I don't want to repeat it, and then it stirred everything, and then all this chaos broke out, and then literally at the beginning, the next episode, he does the same thing.
That's so funny.
Ronnie is the biggest meathead I have ever seen on TV.
Anyway, it was good.
Oh, there's like, I remember more than one episode where he was in such a fit of like he was so distraught that he had to be like restrained. But
Yeah.
it's not like Sometimes it's because he wanted to fight someone. Sometimes it was just
Yeah.
because he was so upset that he was like convulsing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The show is so dumb. I
What
love
else
it.
did you watch, Matt?
Severance. Oh my god, dude. I was surprised. I didn't cry during the episode, but like at the end of it, I was like,
Yeah.
I feel my heart is
Okay.
broken. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay, I
I know.
now think episode 7,
Is your favorite?
Chick Bardo, is my second favorite.
Second
the
favorite
We-
after the We
The
Are.
We Are
We
to
are
be
The
honest.
We
Chick
Are,
Bardo,
Chikai Bardo, Woes
Woes
Hollow.
Hollow.
Woes
Yeah.
all.
I think
Yeah.
those are my 3.
Oh my god, I have such
But
joy.
that's number 2 now. It just keeps on.
Every
Yes.
time I watch that show, it's pure joy.
The next episode.
Oh,
called
joy
Sweet-
is what you felt. That was harrowing.
the-
Let me rephrase.
Matt, Matt.
Like for the future of television.
For just the art of it, like this was
Art
like
that's
one of the most
being
beautifully
displayed.
made episodes.
Absolutely.
Such a touching and heartbreaking story. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
The next episode's called Sweet Vitriol, and it's only 37 minutes.
I'm
And,
nervous.
What are the odds we get a 37-minute continuous shot?
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, I'm picturing it. I had a dream that I was on the severed floor.
Yeah,
and
you did.
Your mash
Oh,
also
my
ended
God.
that
We
way.
You are
played
not-
MASH.
You are not well.
You'll explain that. And then we kept on trying to escape, but every time I was like getting reverted back to the building, but it had to be like espionage, right?
Yeah.
But it was like we'd go to the roof, and then I would fly off of it. But then as I flew off of it, I got redirected, and then yeah,
Dang, man.
and then I would wake up and then go right into the same dream again.
Mm-mm.
Matt, do you know
That's
what
crazy.
mash is?
I know the TV show.
Ah, no, like
Oh
the
my
game.
god, nobody knows what MASH is.
I didn't know
Wait,
either.
Mansion
remind me.
apartment shack house. It's like
We don't have to go full
Mansion
page.
apartment shack house. And then you write down like 4 people you want to end up in your life with, what you want your job to be, but you put down 3 and then the other people put down 4, the 4th
Right.
one.
That's bad.
And so they put down 3. So you put down 3 that you want to happen to you, and then the other people put down a shit answer. And then you get a number and you count it to figure out what your life is going to end up being. And Luke
Ooh.
ended up being severed.
Yes,
Congrats.
but everything else was good.
Oh, that was the bad option. I see. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but everything else was good.
Yeah, his job
Sure.
was being best friends with Charlie Cox.
Yes.
You get paid for
but
that?
he was
Yep.
severed. So which version of him?
Matt, tell me if you could
Hmm.
see this.
Oh, okay. It says watch stream.
None
One
of
sec.
you. I can't believe none of you.
Oh, yes, I see it. Okay.
Okay, so then you do like a certain amount that you count down, and then you cross it off. So this one was 6. You do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cross that off. Or they did this wrong.
Oh. I see.
No, they did it right. You're.
We do it
they-
wrong. 1, 2, 3,
No,
4.
we did it right. You're counting. Oh,
no,
they
no,
did it differently.
They did it.
Yeah,
they
no,
they circled
did
it
different.
at 6, but we crossed it out. So then you kept going.
It's just whatever was
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
after
most
the
people
end. I
cross
see,
it
yeah.
out.
But we would do like bad ones at the last one. So Luke got severed.
Yeah, Luke got severed.
Oh, well,
Anyway.
It
I
was
mean,
crazy.
you win some, you lose some.
It was crazy. It was wild. What can I say?
Well, mine ended with me marrying Mark Wahlberg. So
Yeah, he got the.
Mm,
You
Okay.
and you
Yeah.
lived in the Divergent world.
Yeah, yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it did, it was
Wait,
bad.
in that world, what faction would you be?
We've talked about
Candor.
it.
That's what we're.
Candor. He said he would
Candor?
be Candor.
God dang it.
Candor.
What did
yeah.
they
Yeah.
were? I mean, obviously they're the truthful ones, right? What was their position like in society?
I don't
even
know.
remember.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just remember
There's one that's
Dauntless
first-
like were suicidal and they jump off.
Yeah,
buildings
they
and
were.
stuff.
Yeah, there was one that starts with like an A. It's like AB. Don't worry, I'll look it up.
Abnegation.
Matt, what
Oh my
else do you
gosh.
watch?
Oh my gosh, Matt.
Ma-
Yeah,
I just want to tell
Matt,
you that my
you
mash was
are
the perfect life.
good.
Thank you.
Kelly's was all good.
Abnegation, Candor,
no, except for
Erudite, Dauntless, and then what was the
Jesus.
5th one?
Amity.
Amity.
Matt,
That's right.
Would you? Which one would you be in?
What? I don't even remember what Amity does.
The kind.
Ew.
The erudite is the intelligent. Abnegation is the selfless, and then dauntless is the brave. Candor is the honest.
I feel like abnegation.
That's from the selfless. They're having a
No,
creation
no.
of Adam here.
I was gonna say I feel like me saying that would be untruthful,
Oh.
but it would sound good.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I'd probably try to join Erudite and be a pompous ass.
You're a Ravenclaw.
Maybe. I don't. I also watched White Lotus. I'm one episode behind. I've only watched the first 2. I want to murder Saxon in his sleep.
Oh my god! Of course his name is fucking Saxon.
Saxon.
Oh.
I know. I already know who's topping
Saxon.
off the list of who pissed me off most. Actually, I don't know because everyone is just so.
Surprisingly, Parker Posey was pissing me off in
Actually-
episode 2 so much.
Oh, she's so funny though.
It is funny, but I was like, oh, you're testing me.
Yeah, but when she was like, he needs to calm his ass down.
and
It's
she was
so
right.
funny.
I don't know what's going on. That the plot thickens with that family, and it's getting worse.
We'll see.
I think that might be it for TV. For books, I haven't been doing a lot of reading, but just the other day I started the audiobook for Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. And it's read by Tim Curry, and his voice is so good, especially for that story. There's a lot of like big fancy words that the way he says them, I was just like, this is a good choice on your guys' part.
Aw.
Matt, you
That's
should
so-
read. You should read the sequel
There's a sequel?
Journey to Witch Mountain.
to the Mysterious
What?
Island.
Wait, really? I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Well, it's just
No.
the movie.
Oh. Oh, that's right. The
And
Dwayne
Kelly,
Johnson
you
one?
say Journey to Witch Mountain?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
a
not
good one.
the
It's-
second
it's-
one?
Isn't it skip?
That's a Race to
It's
Witch Mountain?
Escape and then Escape from Witch Mountain, but you're
Yes.
thinking of Dwayne Johnson because I said Journey to the Mysterious Island. You
And
see
that
how
one-
it
Are
opens
they
up?
that
not
one's-
connected?
Not
Not
even.
even
They're
a little
not
bit.
connected?
No.
Matt, that's
They are
pretty
not.
Witch
cool.
Mountain-
I
What's
forgot
the sequel
it was
called
what-
then?
I don't think there is a
Journey 2.
It's just called Journey 2.
The Mysterious
Yeah.
Island. That's what Luke said.
for the
Journey-
movies.
Wait,
Yes.
no. Journey to the Mysterious Island doesn't have a sequel? Or that is a sequel?
That is Journey
That
2.
is
It's
the
called
sequel.
Journey 2
It's Journey
colon.
Journey
Then
to
what's
the
the first one called?
Journey to the
the
Journey
Center.
to the Center of the Earth.
What the fuck does Witch Mountain have to
It
do
doesn't have
with
anything to do with any of it.
My entire life,
Wait,
I thought
wait,
Witch
wait,
Mountain
wait.
was connected to those.
Which
just 'cause
mountain are
Dwayne
you
Johnson-
talking about?
Good one.
Oh,
Good one.
What?
Let's move on.
You said?
Which mountain are you talking about?
Which?
Repeat that?
Okay, Matt.
Who put
Oh.
Bella in the...
Who put Ella in the witch elf?
This has gone off the rails. I remembered that I'm almost caught up on Abbott. Also, an episode aired
I'm behind on that.
yesterday that I missed. But I watched. I think 100th Day was the last one I watched.
That was the
and it
100th episode.
Was it?
My guess. That's my
They're on
guess.
season
Oh,
4
maybe.
Probably.
Yeah,
I,
probably.
I would guess.
Really
Oh
funny.
no way! If they're on season 4, they would need They would need more than 20 episodes per season.
Oh, I guess.
No, they wouldn't. They would need 25 per season. Oh yeah, but
More than
they haven't
20.
gone over 25.
There was a
Yeah,
strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a strike. Yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm wrong.
Also, I watched some absolute banger Mike's Mike videos.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone on YouTube makes me laugh harder than he does. Like
He
genuinely.
He
Yeah.
posts about Severance like every day.
He did
He's
an interview
always
with
talking about
I
he did an
did.
interview with the cast. Did you guys
Yeah.
see
Oh,
that?
yes.
I haven't
I
seen
did
it
said
not
yet.
see
No.
that.
In a video, he said that, but we haven't seen it yet.
It's only on
Oh.
Instagram, I think, because that's where I went to
Oh,
go see it.
man.
You can Google it because I don't have Instagram, but I was still able to like watch the video through like the article about it.
Yeah.
And it's just him interviewing John Turturro, Britt Lauer,
Oh my
and
God.
Zach Cherry.
Wow.
Adam
That's
Scott's not there,
crazy.
but yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
I watched.
Oh, I'm
the-
jealous. I want to do that. I want to do
Right?
that.
Make it
Oh.
happen.
I
Did
want
I
to be with
talk-
them.
Make it happen, bitch.
Did I talk about watching the Now You See Me of his videos?
I think so. 'cause
Well,
I think that's why we started
Were
to
you
misquote
watching closely?
closely.
No,
so
or were you
close.
watching too close?
And I also watched the Unlikely Sisterhood of Pitch Perfect 3 and Cars
Yes.
2.
Yes, which is very
some
accurate.
good points. Some good points. And then of course the new classic, the Monsters vs. Aliens video.
I have not
Oh,
seen that
what?
one yet.
We haven't seen
That's
that
a
yet.
new one. I haven't gone
Oh.
on YouTube in so long, guys.
What about
It's-
Kevin?
Worth it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember a lot about that movie, and I think that's the right way to go into watching his video about it. It's
Luke.
made me laugh so hard. There are some things in there. Sometimes it feels like he's speaking directly to us, and I'm like, "Do you know something?" Because he makes references where I'm like, "What? I've never heard anyone else
Yeah,
make
we
that reference."
live in the MMCU for sure.
Yeah. I highly recommend. It's really funny. And I think that's it.
I forgot two things real quick.
Okay, go.
Been listening to the audiobook for Fahrenheit 451 presented by Tim
Ooh,
Robbins.
good one.
Ooh.
Very good. He's very good with that. And then I finished Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
So okay, I got Horizon Forbidden West because that's the whole reason I replayed Zero Dawn, and I liked it enough to play the next one. Stuff I don't like about it is just kind of like, because replaying it, all of it's like what's going on, and then once you know, it's like 18 hours of a game, so it drags on. But the other stuff was fine. It was just like, I know what's happening, you know, like it's just a replayability thing, I think. But
Right.
yeah, I'm excited for doing the sequel. Okay.
Well, you didn't log it on letters.
I need to, but for the video games, I usually put longer reviews. I just haven't written it
Yeah.
yet.
They're my actually favorites because I like seeing your ranking
Yeah,
of all the
it's-
games.
This one will probably, you'll see.
Keep us
Okay,
guessing.
Sonic. I know it was Luke's pick. Is that right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think we should have Matt go first because he's the only
Oh.
one who hasn't seen it and said
Yeah.
things about it many
I'm
times. like
so
you have.
nervous.
Ugh. Did you like when he flossed?
When he did it a
Twice?
second time, Matt.
Did it make it better when he
Guy.
did it the second time?
it's a 2-time floss.
This is a movie of all time.
Yeah.
I
Does that mean you liked it or not?
It's a movie.
My entire
It's a
world
movie.
hinges.
Did you watch this with Katie? Or
no, she
anybody?
did not.
Or
She
did
did
you
not
watch
want
it?
to.
Did you watch it alone at
Did you show
1
her?
p.m.?
I watched it last night at night. It was in the right
Okay.
setting.
Did
Okay,
you,
that's better.
Did you show her when he flossed?
I did not, but I will say she was in a different room, and we both laughed out loud when Sonic farted and said, "I shouldn't have eaten that chili dog."
Yes,
that
It
was-
funny.
of
I think
course.
it was silent when we watched it. We were laughing the entire movie, but then
You know what?
I don't think anyone laughed.
That was.
I did. I did.
I
Oh,
thought
you
that
did? Okay,
Only,
good.
only to Mark.
It was-
To Mark, I was in between.
Or was it to
guys.
you?
I think it was to
No,
me.
we looked across you, Kelly. I didn't laugh though. I just made
Oh,
eye contact with
bullshit.
Luke.
I have found that I really like fart humor because
Yeah.
it gets me way more often than it gets all of you, I think.
Mm.
And the fact that he said check your fur on that one,
It's
buddy.
something you grow into in maturity.
Exactly.
You
You,
grow
gotta
to-
really appreciate a good fart
Luke-
and shit your
Luke
pants joke.
loves that shit.
Um,
I've never seen Luke laugh harder than when people poop themselves.
Or Nacho
It's-
Libre.
Yeah, it's because if I was about to say the best one ever done is Nacho Libre twice.
yes, indeed.
That
Okay,
is just
but
because
when
it's
he
solid.
farts,
That's just
because
good.
there's no reason, like, he just added it after the fact.
Yes, yeah, that's why it has to be
And he
complex.
jokes
It
on
has
him.
to have layers, okay? But when they do it right, it's really good.
Yeah.
Matt, did you
Um,
like when he stuck Sonic's quill in his mouth?
Wait, let Matt
Sorry.
tell us his journey.
So
I
serious
liked
challenge.
when
Who the witch?
oh shit, what was his name? What is James
Tom.
Marsden's Tom?
Tom.
I like when Tom hit himself in the face on accident with the radar gun, and you can tell that that was not supposed to happen. Also, there was a joke in that scene that I'm almost 100% sure him saying, I don't know, I thought it was funny, was him talking to the director after they had cut.
It sounded
Really
like-
sounded like it. And they just kept it in, and I appreciate that. I think this movie had potential.
Oh.
Like I could see why, like by the third one, people are like, "Whoa!" Because like there were certain jokes in there that I was like, I made me laugh really hard, and then there was a lot where I was just the whole
Mhm.
time.
But
I'll be
not when
honest
you
with you,
lost.
I didn't love this movie.
Mhm.
It's
Aw.
But I did.
okay.
You know, it's not like a total loss. I was like, I was, I laughed at some parts. I think it's even funnier to me now seeing the scene where he's like up on the thing and he does like the
Yeah,
the thumbs up.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite
Anyway,
shot of the franchise.
Well,
I
you
don't-
also
Is
didn't
like-
have Tails there, so
But
This
you
is true.
you saw Tails at the end, right, Matt?
what?
I was
Ah.
afraid he didn't watch it.
I tried to scroll
Those
through.
showed up.
I scrubbed
It's
through.
right after the like video game credits.
Yeah, it's
I
like
Tails
it's a
comes through a
mid credit. It's
portal.
not the end credit.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I was
he.
trying to
You'll
scrub
have to go
through.
back.
I was trying to scrub through to see if there was anything, and then I hit somewhere and it did that thing where it minimizes. So I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, okay, that there must not be anything."
But did you see
else.
Robotnik on the other planet?
I did,
Sick.
and I liked. Okay, Robotnik irritated me this whole movie.
Oh,
And by the
It's
end of it,
gonna
I
be
liked.
interesting by.
Well, I liked him better when he was like a little crazy on the island.
Yes.
One,
Okay, good.
'cause the look is better because that's
Yes.
the original look, obviously. But
well,
like
no,
him,
it's like I know he's hot in this movie, and it's confusing.
Yeah, he
Well-
has a hard part.
This is the one where Robotnik. Yeah, Robotnik
Yeah.
is hot.
I think with him going full crazy, I'm gonna like that better than just I'm a smart asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't like when he was like, nice. Throw that in my orphan face. You didn't like that?
You know what? I think some of the things it was how quickly he was going. I was almost having a hard time keeping up. Whereas like if things were delivered a little slower, I might have been able to like absorb what was happening. Because like that is a fun. I just laughed when you said it, but I feel like when he said it, it like zoomed past it really quick, and I was like, oh,
It
if that makes sense.
does go fast, so.
He goes so fast,
It is
but
a
not as fast as
movie.
Sonic.
It is
It's
a
a
Sonic
Sonic
movie.
Yeah.
actually the
Um,
fastest movie ever made is Dogman, and once you see it, you'll know that no breaks in that one. But
Don't
go
want
on.
to bring down the vibe. I love how much you guys love it, and I would never take away from that.
Well, let me
Matt, you're
jump.
gonna have to go back and watch the Tails.
Yeah.
Okay.
He comes
okay, I
through
will
a
do that.
portal.
And he
And
says-
Tails is there.
Tails
should
is
be
a
good.
guy?
Hope I'm not too late.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought Tails was a girl this whole time.
No.
Tails is your best androgynous best friend.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Even better. Even better.
I was just gonna jump in because Matt, I had seen these previously, and I do think I like the first one more with somebody. I liked it much
Yeah.
better when I watched it with Luke right after the first time Luke watched it than when I
Yeah.
watched by myself, because I think I gave it like a 3 the first time,
Yeah.
where I had the same feeling. So I don't feel like I know
Okay.
how you're feeling.
Yeah.
But also I think it's better on rewatch, and I think it's
Okay.
better on rewatch when you watch more of the franchise, because this is such a
Yes.
smaller movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to get into too much of the sequel stuff, but it gets really crazy really fast, and this one is such
Yeah.
a small movie that it's like just him and Tom, and it's nice to see that, especially
Yeah.
going back to it, because when I watched it with
Yes.
Luke, I had gone back. That was the first time I'd watched it since I watched the second one in theaters, which the second one already
Right.
goes off the rails immediately. So I do think it gets better with people and rewatch, and you
Yeah.
kind of have to grow to love them potentially through the franchise and be like, okay, it was always like this. Because I did have the same feelings of you being like, that was a fine movie when I first watched it.
Let's remember too that it took me about 5 to 7 watches of Mamma Mia before I got it. So I'm slow on the uptake there a little bit sometimes. I wouldn't be surprised if later in life I find some sort of more appreciation for the things I didn't have appreciation for, because it happens to me more often, like kind of often, where it's a movie where I'm like, and then later on I'll watch it and be like, you know what? You know,
I
they kinda
felt that
did
way with
something.
It was on to something.
when I watched it the first time. Like there were moments where I was just like, oh, cringy. I think
Yeah.
it's just for me when I was watching with Luke and then with Luke and Kelly. You just like, if it's cringy, I just make eye contact with Luke or Kelly, and I'm just like,
that's
I
part of it.
honestly
That's part
don't
of-
find anything cringy about this
It's-
movie,
it's-
and I'm being completely
For me,
genuine.
it's-
I love this movie.
No, I love it too. The cringy stuff is like Robotnik sometimes. Like,
No, I love
You know
it.
what, Mark?
I
I'm on
actu-
your side. I found a lot of this cringy.
yeah. But to me, I he gets crazier, but I think it gets less cringy. I think they kind of like more let Jim Carrey go so off the rails that it's like
Uh-huh.
almost obscure, like what you're watching. This one, because he's like because he's hot Robotnik, he looks normal. That when he does certain things,
Robotnik.
it's like
Robotnik,
that's
damn it, you
good.
beat me.
I don't know. That's just yeah. I feel the same way as you, Matt, but I don't find it cringy anymore. I don't also know if I'm just like seen this movie now 4 times and 3 times in the past like what 5 months since Luke and I watched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
we watched it, Mark. Isn't it crazy? January.
oh
And-
my god. So I've seen
And
it
it's
4 times since
like
January. I
the
think, or
beginning
3
of
times.
March, and all my head's like, oh, I've always seen Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic's
right,
my
right.
And
boy.
we watched it in January.
Yeah.
We had to
I-
watch this to get to Nosferatu.
That's true. We weren't allowed
Right,
to
that's
see
right.
Nosferatu till we watched Sonic 3. And honestly, I like Sonic 3 more. So
Well, yeah, it's the best movie of last year. Then,
it is.
for sure.
It is my number 1 of last year. Sonic
Oh
3,
yeah,
so.
Sonic 3 is my number 1.
And also, like, so sorry, real quick, Matt. I didn't make it.
Yo, yeah.
I think throughout this series, you see that Jeff Fowler fucking loves this,
Yeah.
and the fact that
Yes.
this movie like had a completely different animation, and Paramount actually pulled it and waited, and then released it during COVID.
Right.
Just kind of like took a huge loss, which studios don't usually do that, but like they actually
No.
changed it, and he's so cute, and it would have bombed other than that. But then
Yeah.
you see the same director stick with it. Same director also go into Knuckles and do the first episode and executive produce it with Idris Elba. You're like, oh, these people like care about this, and so like going back, I think you see that care a little bit more after you kind of like have an understanding of the full thing,
Yeah.
especially because like pulling it, and it wasn't just a studio thing. It was, I know Jeff Fowler like tweeted when everyone was dogging on it, and I know it was a studio decision, but he said that they talked to the studio because he wanted to make
Right.
the fans happy, and he heard everyone hated it, so they were gonna make sure it got changed. And it was like, oh shit, most studios would just let this shit just bomb and hope enough people go hate watch it and get some money back.
It's the Madam Web Morbius
that's what-
theory.
Yep. They could have easily done that, but they didn't.
Right. I just wanted to say, going forward, I just want you all. I want us all to talk about the things we like, and I'm not gonna rag on any of the things that you liked, and we're just gonna have a good time, okay?
Matt,
Okay.
did the Piston Pit
Yep.
remind you of True Detective Season 1, Episode 4, Who Goes There? Perhaps?
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what?
it was so Who Goes There.
Yes, because
But
there
I
was a
couldn't-
shot. There was one shot in there where I was like, "This is so True Detective." When they were like walking like around the building, I was like, "Holy
Yes.
shit!" I can't remember. I'll ask Katie if I actually said it out loud, but I was like, "This is so True Detective."
I
Oh,
know.
I laughed
I-
really hard when he looks over. Was it called the Piston? What?
Piston Pit, I believe.
Yeah, when he looks over there and they kept cutting back and forth, and the guy was like riding his motorcycle on the dirt.
Yeah.
Like that was really funny. It kept
And
getting
he's
progressively
got
weirder.
tempted.
I
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with the fact that Sonic thought that was the coolest shit ever and the coolest place
Yeah.
ever. It's
There's
like,
also-
why is that the coolest
Twin
place ever?
albums.
It
Nothing.
was also right next to
nothing-
the gas station.
Yeah,
Well,
nothing.
because he never got to
Why?
live his life,
Right.
and that was a place you could do a lot of
Yes,
living.
That
A
is very
lot of
true.
living.
But everything we know about Sonic didn't revolve around stuff like that. So then, like, when he's like, "That's the coolest place ever," it's like, that's crazy.
And then we get the Quicksilver scene, but better
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will be like,
Yeah.
I liked those scenes. I did. I think now it's like a cultural touch point. We're
Yeah.
always gonna be like, oh,
Mhm.
that's the Quicksilver
Yes,
thing,
yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But they did it in a really good and fun way.
Mhm.
And I think that he is adorable. Of course.
Yes.
Of course,
yeah.
he's adorable.
Yeah.
I
know?
didn't even read the synopsis, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my
yes,
God,
sorry.
it's
We kind of
not-
just jumped. in.
We've never ever read
But,
this.
I have to read this. I have to read this. A male blue hedgehog arrives on Earth to live there. after
Yes.
he
That is
after-
what happened.
after he discovers that an evil maniac male villain is after him, he teams up with a middle-aged male human to find a way to defeat the villain. Along the way, they get to know each other many things that can help them in life.
Where is this from?
IMDb. It's
IMDb.
you have to click on it, and along the way they get to know each other. Many things that help them in life.
Yep.
Is my
Mhm.
favorite.
True.
That's good.
It's very important to gender them in the
Yeah.
description. It makes a
Male.
difference to the plot.
I'm
Yeah.
hey, that's I love. That's right. Yeah. So that's the story.
Male hedgehog. I do love the lore and explanation of how they made this happen, because when you think, oh, they're making a Sonic adaptation in the real world, they're like, how are they gonna explain this guy? And it's just,
Right.
oh, he's literally just like an alien from a
Don't
different
need
world.
to.
He's
It's
from a
fine.
different world, and the way they make his character. So Kelly and I have played a little bit of a Sonic game, which came out before this, and Sonic has like an attitude, like in a good way, I think. Just
Yeah.
like, but
Yes.
they just
It's
decided to
always
make him chronically online, which is
That's my
just
child.
so funny.
He's-
Not. Go ahead.
He's like 8 years old in this.
Yeah, Mark, you described him as an iPad kid in one of your reviews, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Kid for sure.
Yeah.
Matt, there is not a single maternal bone in my body until I saw Baby Sonic.
Oh my god.
Baby
he's so
Sonic
cute.
is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
It's
You've
like
had
tied-
maternal bones with other babies. in
I don't
things.
ever
Yeah.
want a baby.
What about Baby Paddington
But-
and Paddington 2?
What about
There's
little
Baby
little
Paddington.
Petey?
Little Petey.
Not as much as Baby Sonic. I'll be honest. His head, that's like must be like a bowling ball.
Okay.
What?
He looks so heavy.
Little
I
Petey.
love little Petey. All I'm saying is that I never ever want to be a mother unless I
Uh-huh.
can have a baby Sonic or a baby
And that's
Paddington
fair.
or a little Petey.
And don't settle for less.
I will
Um,
not.
It is great that he
Wait.
canonically loves speed.
Yes, that's his
Yeah.
favorite movie.
That's why
Like
we.
the
That's
double-
why I
Keanu
choose it.
Reeves.
And that movie is
Double
great.
feature. The double feature was Speed and The Naked Gun.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, 'cause I saw Leslie Nielsen and I was like, was that the Naked Gun? But I couldn't tell. That's a
Wait,
fun
Matt,
family.
You
Huh?
know the one other thing that's made me maternal?
What? Oh, what's that?
A bag of powdered sugar.
Oh, when you can like pat it. Pat the
Yes.
little-
and
I
you, like,
I get
hold
it.
like a baby.
I get
Oh,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like-
I agree.
No,
It's
Kelly.
just
Also, Gustavo.
they-
And I put it in little overalls.
Gustavo.
Gustavo's made you.
Oh,
maternal.
Gustavo is my baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere. He's over there. Do you see his?
I see him. I see him.
There he is.
Matt,
Yeah,
the
he
original design of this,
Oh.
well, it was not. I'm not gonna do with the like ugly Sonic stuff. It's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
the fact that he was taller, and his feet were like skinnier. And there's a couple moments in here where the eye line is a little off. It's in
Oh,
the
yeah.
car a little bit.
Yeah.
That the eye line's off because they made him so much smaller. In my head, I can't remember from the trip, but he's smaller for sure. So the eye line's off.
Yeah.
But also, there's a part where JoJo gives him the shoes, and they're
Oh,
like,
right.
I think they're CGI enlarged, and then at one point it's like not at all because the original design is supposed to be
They're
a
normal
normal ass
shoes.
pair of shoes, because he didn't
Yeah.
have gloves
Well,
too.
I was
He just
wondering.
had
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
fur.
you were telling
He
me.
had
why
white
does
fur.
JoJo have such big ass shoes?
Yes,
Well, I think
because
about
it was-
It's
I
gonna
think-
fit Sonic.
Yes, it's
But it
because
doesn't
Sonic was
matter,
supposed to
doesn't
be
need
about
an
her
explanation.
height and her
Right.
foot size, I think. But then they just change it, and like I love that they don't take out the part where it's stuck on his glove. He doesn't try to take off.
He
the
doesn't
glove
take it off.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
they're just like, this is the movie.
Screw
We're
it.
just gonna
This is
do
the
it.
movie. Yeah.
And they've like they don't need to, but they've never explained why any of these characters wear gloves.
No.
Why they don't take it off, and I love it for that. Like the fact that they're just
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter. We tried doing it with like overly explaining and making it hyper realistic, and people didn't want it. They wanted the gloves. They wanted the like.
Yeah.
So they just don't explain it, and that's what everyone likes. And I like that they're not overly explaining things. It's just like the way it is.
Yeah, why not? It's Sonic is an alien. Who cares?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think that this is my theory. Because you haven't seen the second one, but it gets
Yeah.
pretty crazier quicker. Like
Okay.
more kind of like video game weird shit with the lore. To me, I think that they added that end credit scene after people were asking it to be more like video gamey, because
Right.
they tried to make Robotnik. Robotnik always looked like that in the games, and they made
Right.
him was it Rohatnik?
Rohatnik.
And I think it was like, okay, we're gonna go full weird. This is what people want. They don't want it like based in
But
reality.
it,
And then
it
it's
was
like
gradual.
yes, but like
The thing is,
I think the end
these
credit scene
movies
was filmed
are
after. Where
actually
it's like
a Robotnik origin story. How he
Actually,
becomes
yes.
the Robotnik from the game.
actually yes, throughout it's a through line for all three.
Apparently, he was involved in the elimination of a country we haven't even heard of. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on with that freak.
There was some review on Letterboxd that was like, was he in Iraq? No.
Yeah, he made money off the Iraq War.
Yeah, it was that one. That's what it was. Yeah.
What I love about that scene is you don't need to do more. It's just the power went out and it was one meeting and they're like, okay, we're
Yeah.
calling in we got to call him the supervillain essentially.
Yeah.
Knowing
From-
they basically know he's the supervillain and they call him anyway.
Yeah. The cut from Sonic being Sonic to the Pentagon is so
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Oh, how could I
Matt,
forget?
yeah.
How could I forget? When he shows up and is like, here's a little, token of our appreciation, and it was an Olive Garden gift card, I laughed so hard. That was really
the
funny. That's a
second
good
time
joke.
That's the second time Olive Garden is mentioned in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is the best callback I've ever seen. This is so funny.
My favorite callback was when he flossed the second time.
When you've lost the
Yeah.
second time. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the first time you're like, oh, they did that, and then they do it again. You're like, if they double down, you gotta respect it.
You know
No,
what?
It's good in the first place. It's
Yeah.
good the first time he does it. Especially because right after he does it, he yells to Tom, "Did you see me dancing?" It's so cute.
I think that I might have been like immune because I knew that he was gonna floss in this movie. So like if I didn't know he was going to and it happened, I think I would have been like, oh my god. And then by the second time I'd be like, you know what?
Cameron
But I
hasn't
already
seen
knew
this.
it was gonna be that.
Cameron hasn't seen this movie, so I sent him that GIF one time. He's like, "Is Sonic flossing?" It's like,
Yeah,
yes,
That was my reaction the first time I saw it. I was like, is he flossing?
yes.
Yeah.
You
Why
know
is it
damn
called
right he's-
flossing?
It's because it's like back and forth, Luke. So it would be like, your
you and
teeth.
your phone. Yeah, like that,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I think.
It's a Fortnite.
I'm
game.
That makes
assuming-
sense.
like
That's
you're
what I
flossing.
figured.
Guys,
That's what I figured.
Sonic would know. Sonic somehow finds a way to play Fortnite, and you know it.
I don't think he plays it.
He
I think
watches
he's culturally
streamers.
aware.
He watches streamers play it through Tom's
Exactly.
TV.
How
Um,
does Sonic fill all of his days? Like, that's got to be
Just
a
being, you
Well,
saw it.
so
He's just
long,
running
so
by.
long.
Lord,
He's
I
just-
know.
He
He's
played
running
a
with
whole
turtles.
game of baseball on his own.
Okay, him playing that baseball game on his own
Yeah.
was really good. That was a
Yeah.
really good scene, and it was really sad at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I meant by like I feel like this movie did have things I liked. You know,
hmm
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna just be a total asshole about this movie.
My favorite shot is him on the thing doing the thumbs up, and my second favorite is when they use the smelling salts on him, and he wakes up and goes,
Go fast.
"Gotta go fast."
You guys know how I
And he
told
runs
Trini that she has to start doing that to me to wake me up in the morning? She's been doing it when I've been like groggy. She says, "Gotta go fast," and I always I always open my eyes fully, just be like, "Oh," and then I go back to
Sonic.
sleep.
Yeah,
I can't like because it's like I'm exhausted, but like if she says that, my eyes are like, I gotta go fast.
That's very funny.
Oh,
Matt, how about
Mhm.
when he wasn't fast enough to save Longclaw? The one
Ooh.
time Sonic hasn't been fast enough. Crazy origin story, just saying.
Wanted to know more about Longclaw. What
Oh,
happened?
You
Is
will.
Longclaw okay? Okay. Like
No.
we don't see.
Longclaw is
Longclaw.
not okay, but you'll find out.
Longclaw's toast. Yeah. Maybe not. I have the
Oh,
feeling
that-
she's gonna somehow somewhere.
Because we
along the
didn't
way.
see her die in this movie.
Yeah, but I feel like they would have done that now
But
already. I don't know.
do they
Sonic 4?
care? Do they care?
I don't think they do.
I think they're just trying to put team together. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I care.
yeah. Now, see, guys, Sonic canonically is the fastest creature alive, right?
Yes.
That's what at least he says. He
Claims.
is a species of fast. Like the other characters are also fast. So in my head, the reason he's the fastest is because he's trained himself up to be because he wasn't fast enough to catch Longclaw. So he became the fastest because his species is
I
fast.
like that.
Tails is
You're
fast
right.
too.
Yeah.
Like they all have it, but he's the fastest.
But
I think
Tails
he's made
isn't
himself
his
that way.
species.
But Tails is also
Is he?
fast. Well, Tails
But,
is a
like-
squirrel, but also
It's a fox.
Tails is
Oh.
not a squirrel.
Sorry. Tails is a fox.
Fox.
That's blasphemous.
Tails is a fox. I thought Tails was a squirrel before I watched the movies. Sorry.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. I said, oh, it's a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he also has super speed, and so does Knuckles.
Right.
And
But
which one's the echidna?
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Knuckles isn't echidna. Okay.
Yes. So it's like, to me, if there's other hedgehogs that are also fast, he has to be the fastest because he's made himself that way.
but
Because
Yeah,
they
I
act
gotta
like
agree with
there
you.
aren't any other hedgehogs that exist
Yeah.
because
Well,
they
we know
act
of one.
shocked when Shadow becomes
That's
like when
true.
Shadow, they're like another hedgehog, like he's surprised.
Well, don't they say
he's the
that
last of his species.
Oh, wait. Does Shadow say that? No, Sonic says that. So I guess he's never met him. But Sonic lives with an owl. So,
Yes.
like, he may have just been orphaned from his original planet. So
Yeah.
maybe there's a
Right.
whole
Like the Grinch.
world that of yes, just like the Grinch. Like
Or
maybe there's a whole
Paddington.
world. Paddington, exactly.
What?
Well, you can't say anything about that, Luke, because Matt hasn't seen the third one.
Because I've
Oh.
got my bouncy ball so much.
Okay, well maybe put it down. I don't give a shit about your bouncy ball.
Well, at least he didn't derail the whole
I love
podcast.
your bouncy.
I feel like Rocky. You know when Rocky's like, bounce the ball, bounce the ball, bounce the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that.
Those are common lines. Yeah, very classic lines from that movie.
I like Maddie. I like how Maddie's just
like
kind of
Maddie.
like cool with it after like initially being like, get it out at Tom, like, what the hell is happening? Then she's just cool with it.
I like Maddie.
Matt,
Like Maddie and
speaking
Tom.
of White
Yes.
Lotus, her sister is
Natasha Rothwell. We'd love to see Natasha Rothwell.
Yes, I love it.
Which was funny because at first I was like, is that Belinda? And then the character was not like Belinda at all. And I was like,
No.
oh, she got range. Okay. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
It's so disturbing whenever Sonic is knocked out.
They get
He's
knocked
so
out a lot.
small.
He's
They
so
do
freaking
get knocked out a lot. He got blown up.
annoying. Who does?
I was half expecting him to hit the camera,
Yeah.
like how the movie was.
Ooh, that'd been funny.
Oh, last week I was saying that I heard a story about how Ben Schwartz got cast for this.
Oh yeah.
There was something, I'm gonna butcher this, but it was something about him just doing the voice for it, for them to do a demo reel to show to Paramount to be like, this is what it is. And
Aw.
when they showed it, they were like, yeah, okay, hire him. Like, even though he was like
Oh,
not
cool.
really giving full effort because it was just to like put lines in there because he was friends with someone, I think. And then like when they greenlit it, he did not. It was not like an audition, or he thought he would at least have to come back to audition. And they're like, "No, you're Sonic." Like, so there wasn't an audition
oh, great.
I love
process.
it.
Oh, that's cool.
So he
And
just
also
was
is, like,
Sonic.
10 of them.
Yeah.
I love
Oh.
that. He's so perfect too. I love everything he does.
He's great. Do you remember him in Staged?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. He was
How could you
obsessed
forget?
with David Tennant.
Big part in stage.
They were
big
best
part.
friends.
They were, yes. I heard a story. I don't know if it's true. I just heard it that when they were developing Severance, they were like, Mark's an Adam Scott type, and then they were like, why don't you just ask Adam Scott?
Oh, that's.
They were like,
Oh.
what?
Hmm?
They're like,
Yeah.
what? I feel like
What's
if
that?
I, what's his name? Dan. Who created
Erickson.
Severance? Dan Erickson. Thank you.
Erickson.
If I were him writing that too, I'd be like, well, obviously I can't get him, so let's.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, no way. He said yes. You
Well,
gotta be
they had to
kidding
get Ben
me.
I
Stiller as
also
an
heard-
executive producer, and then he could.
Yeah,
get
that's
him.
what it was. Yeah.
I also heard that when making the show, they were like looking to see who would play Bert, and John Turturro was just like, I can just ask my friend Chris. And it was Christopher Walken. And
My,
they were
my
like,
old pal
"Huh?"
Chris.
They
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, that'd be cool.
They're like,
They're
uh,
like freaking out.
John, hypothetically, if you had to kiss a guy on screen, who would you want? And he's like,
I
oh, my
saw-
pal
Oh my pal
Chris.
Chris.
I
Yeah.
saw one interview and he was talking and he was like, sometimes Christopher Walken doesn't understand what they're filming. Like, what's going on? And so he'd be like, John, I don't, why, what? And then John, he just goes, no, look, you look at me and I look at you. I want to get in your pants. You want to get in my pants. That's all that matters.
All that matters. That's so funny because Katie and I keep laughing at this article that was done on Christopher Walken. Have you seen the picture from it? He's just standing outside, like on his lawn, and his pants are so high, and he's just standing like an old man. And the article is like about how he like doesn't have a phone or something, where it's like he's just like it's exactly who you want him to be.
The biggest airing show right now.
I'll find that picture and send it in the group chat.
Please.
It's so funny.
Oh, that's
Do you want to send it to me? Okay.
That also happened with Brett Goldstein with Ted Lasso.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
That he was
a
just
writer.
doing the lines, and they're like, "Well, yeah, that's how we want it done, so just do it."
But he sent in an audition tape. So I always heard the story that he was reading it and was like, I really want to play this character.
Maybe that's
but
it,
I don't know
yeah.
if they want me to.
Oh,
So he
right. I
sent
think
in an
you're right.
audition tape without telling the rest of them.
You know what I realized too is because he shows up in Shrinking season 2. Not only does he executive produce it, he created it. Like he was one of the
Oh,
3
yeah.
creators of Shrinking, and then he shows up, and it was like it's kind of what happened in Ted Lasso too, because he also helped create that, I think. So.
He has
And
a-
everyone
it's a
loves him.
theme,
So,
yeah. All right,
Matt,
I'm gonna send you this picture of Christopher Walken.
Thank you.
want- You're so welcome. It's kind of how I want to look when I'm old. You guys ever do this thing where you try to save a photo to your camera roll and then it just doesn't show up?
yes, all
Yes.
the time.
And Kelly, do you have a question for me? Did you see it?
Yes.
He's being interviewed in like a real like legitimate magazine.
I love that.
And they're like, we just need to take a picture of you, and this is what he does.
I love it.
This picture so much. Why
I
are
love
his
him.
pants are so high? Why is his shirt tucked into him? He does not know what to do with his hands. I love it.
I feel like Christopher
Oh.
Walken is not even like the same guy as like when he was in A View to a Kill. Like that era Christopher Walken, that's a different guy.
What about Click?
That's
Don't
this
tell
might
me
this
Chris-
might
That's
That's this one. That's this one.
that's this one. The Batman one where he plays Max Shrek. That's a different
Oh.
guy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Which
that Christopher Walken on Natalie Wood's boat. That's a different guy.
Oh.
Which Christopher Walken is Balls of
That's-
Fury?
Oh,
That's definitely new.
That's new
Walken.
Christopher
For sure. I
Balls
forgot
of
he was in-
Fury. Oh,
Balls
he
of
is
Fury
Balls
and
of
Click
Fury.
are like back-to-back years, I think.
You know what? What was he even doing before Severance? You know, I'm glad this
What?
is kind of like brought him out of retirement.
Oh.
What was he doing before Severance?
I thought you were just being like, wow, this is a crazy new actor in Severance.
No,
His name
I
is
just mean-
Christopher Walken.
I haven't seen him in years. I mean,
a-
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
I love it.
You were-
Matt,
yeah.
what was your reaction when Robotnik grabs Stone by the inside of his mouth? Because that was the most insane thing I've ever seen committed to film.
You know what? There were moments with those two where like I didn't laugh in the moment, but I was like, what's happening is very strange, and I feel like I would find it
I feel like
funny,
you're invading.
but well, it's like when he asked Stone to push himself up against the wall.
Mhm.
Or he was,
What about
yeah, it's pretty
when-
funny
And then he
He-
used the quill like crack.
that he
Yeah.
did.
I think it
What
was
about
only
when
one
he
time.
was
this
like-
one, right?
Yes.
He was only one.
It's a three.
And then he offered some to him.
Luke, what were you gonna
But-
say?
When he was like, gave him his hand for a high five, and then he took it back, and then karate chopped him in the throat.
That scene was insane. Like that really feels like Jim Carrey. They were like that. None of that was scripted. I
no,
guarantee.
yeah, they.
Yeah, written. He removes his hand and then karate chops him with the other.
Pumped him in the throat.
This is franchise just lets Jim Carrey do whatever
Yeah,
the
I
fuck
love
he
it.
wants. Like,
I love it.
ooh, in a good way. Jeff Fowler just
Yeah.
keeps the camera rolling, man.
There
Matt,
were
did you
a
like
couple of
that he made Agent Stone out of stone on the mushroom
Out of
planet?
Stone. Yes,
Pretty
it was
good.
very Wilson, but it was good. And then, well, when he made us, what was the stone joke he made when he was throwing him? he made some joke when he was out there, and I thought it was
He like
funny.
said it twice
But
about rocks.
then he said it the second when he said it the second time, I was like, okay, getting less funny.
There was a
Um,
really bad
what was it?
dad joke in here too. I can't remember it.
Yeah,
but it was very you.
James made it. Tom made
What
it.
did he?
And I
what did he
immediately
say?
thought, that Sonic said that he was gonna have to go to the Mushroom World forever, even though he hasn't
Yes,
even gotten
yes.
to
Oh,
make
fun
friends on Earth.
guy.
Yeah, and Tom said, at least you won't be the only fun guy there.
That
and
one was
Sonic
the
got
most
very upset.
Matt joke I've ever heard in my life.
I
I
immediately
did laugh
thought
at
of
that.
you,
I'll be
Matt.
honest. Yeah, I did laugh. There were a couple of Jim Carrey line deliveries in this where I was like, that was insane. Why did you say it like that? the emphasis was on such a weird word. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What about the line, look what came out of my egg sack?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
That's-
I did laugh at that one. I was like, come again?
Matt, did you like when Sonic pushed Tom and Maddie off of the building? out of
I know what to
nowhere?
do. Immediately.
He had it under control. Okay.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
I did find it funny when after they found the rings, they just kind of acted like awkward coworkers when they're like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I gotta go too." You know, yeah,
So,
I got somewhere to.
Something that's really cool is that in Sonic, the games, the rings are not portals, but
No.
like they just use that as like why they need the rings. So it like makes
Yeah.
sense why he has so many and collected them, even though they don't show him collect them. But
Yeah.
in the new, there's gonna be a new Sonic racing game, and they're using portals for the rings now. So
How
this has
fun.
now invaded the video game space of like.
Well, do you think that it was
Yes.
like became a part of the lore some other way before the
I
movies?
don't think
or
so.
do you think this was Jeff's doing?
I was listening to a video game podcast, so they could have been wrong too, but they were saying like that in the new video game it's just working like movie rules, because they were saying like that just doesn't happen in the games.
Oh,
But like the movie
love it.
created them as portals, and now that's like a thing.
I was gonna say it's like life imitating art, imitating life, but it's really movie imitating video game, imitating movie.
What's cool
Art.
about it though,
Yeah.
Imitating art, imitating art.
I really like that it also makes it very easy to explain why he's there and why he's an alien, and it's
Yes.
not like a meteor. Like it's very easy to be like it's just a portal, and that's why he needs them, because he needs to get the portal back. Like it's a very simple way to be like, this ring, this is what it does, and it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Did you like that when the Paramount at the beginning it was the rings?
rings. I did really
Or the
like
rings.
that. And Mark, you're right. I like how they organically made the rings important in the story, because some video game adaptations really struggle with like, we gotta have the special thing in there, but they
Yeah.
don't know how to like make it part of the story in an organic way. And I felt like this was organic.
Yeah,
and
it's like
so
a
I
central
appreciate
part to the
lore.
story. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
him
yeah.
getting his rings back, which the games are just like a 2D platform, just collect it in so many rings and finish the level.
So, okay, I know Sonic watches a lot of TV, pop culture. You know, he knows a lot of
what
stuff.
makes you say
Chronically
that?
online child.
So he knows, before all this, does he know what San Francisco is? Because when he sees
Did
the shirt,
he watch Interview Season 2?
he probably did. He definitely has seen the 1996 movie. I'll tell you that much.
I don't
But-
think he has.
Because when it's whatever, when you throw the ring, it's whatever you're thinking about, right? And so he said the word San Francisco.
I think it has to be a tangible place.
He has to know what San Francisco is
Well,
to
right.
open it there, right? He wouldn't, because the words wouldn't mean anything to
Well,
him if he
he
didn't
saw
know.
the
And it-
tower on his shirt, so he could have
Yeah.
just imagined.
So it was
he
the
just opened to the
tower.
tower.
because
Got
it was the same
okay.
tower that was on Tom's shirt.
I
on his skin tight
missed
t-shirt.
that.
Yes, it was.
That was funny.
Dude, that was Luke in the Big 2 shirt.
Oh, yeah, you don't even know, Matt.
Yeah. See,
Matt,
there's some.
Did
Yeah.
you like in with the conversation in the car when Sonic deemed himself Tom's best friend, and when Tom said that it wasn't him, it was Ozzy the dog. He was so offended, and he just went, "You talked me in." Like completely serious. This was
Yeah.
life or death situation.
Yes. There's quite a few lines like that that really get me. I was like, you tucked me in last night. I liked when he was like, because you know, Sonic being the iPad kid that he is, he's like, I'm gonna do a million things, and then he turns around and he's like passed
Yeah.
out. I'm like, yeah.
How
Did you,
about the
like,
only thing
disguise
left?
a million
in the
things.
bar?
The only thing left was make a real friend.
Oh,
Oh.
And then
it
and
was-
then
I love.
and then when he says at the end, Tom says, "And he's my friend," and then it wakes Sonic up. Boom, chills all over my body.
yeah. When he picked it up and the last thing on there was make a real friend, I was like, oh, I was like, buddy,
Also,
come on.
the power of friendship made Sonic so strong that he became Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
straight up like
Yeah,
pulling
he
him in
did.
with
Yeah.
lightning.
Just- yeah.
That was insane.
I
I was
love that
trying to-
he's just Tom and Maddie's child now.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Caesar.
That attic
Caesar.
is so cool. What I
Mhm,
wouldn't give if it was insulated, what I wouldn't give to live up there. It was like
it was like what?
Drake and Josh. I always
it
wanted
was
to
like
live in
this-
their attic
Yeah.
because that's insane. It was like bigger than any apartment we've owned.
Yeah.
Just that room.
Did you like his decor that was miles per hour sign that said 35 and then he put a
It
1
said
in front of it so it was
1, yeah.
135
it.
in his race
Yes.
car.
I like that he had a beanbag.
Yes.
How did Tom and Maddie get all that crap up there without
Wait,
him noticing?
Wait. Did- They
Stop.
Do they go into it?
no,
Okay.
no. That's
No, they
the
don't.
confusing part.
There's a possible plot hole, but we have a way around.
Okay.
Yeah, about that.
I'm thinking like Sonic is the fastest being
Yeah, we filled
alive,
that
right? He's always back and forth to that place. They would have had to move that stuff so fast for him to be surprised that
I
it's
don't
all
know.
up there.
I feel
Luke,
like
do you remember-
Sonic's definitely the type of kid to just fall asleep outside.
Luke,
That's
do you
true.
remember?
Like we don't know where Sonic has been.
I'm so sorry. Luke, do you remember when I had the idea of we never did it because how the hell would we do this? But we would be giving movie reviews and we'd be filling potholes while we were like explaining plot holes. And I was
No
like,
way.
and we'd be doing community service and we would get a movie review.
But it was specifically just movies that we thought had plot holes, but we would work around them.
Yes, and then
That's
we would
a
explain
banger
workarounds while
idea.
we were
It's a
filling
$1
potholes.
billion idea.
That's a good idea.
I
Why didn't we
forgot
do
about that.
this?
That was a high school idea. That's been in there for a while.
You just gotta
Wouldn't it be?
realize that.
It would
Oh,
be
that's good.
genius until someone from the city showed up and yelled at you for filling
Making
Making that
potholes.
plot hole or making the
we-
plot hole in the first
Yeah.
place.
We
Yeah.
just make it worse. Yeah.
That's a good idea, though. Keep that in mind.
If I ever have a job that I'm filling potholes, I'm making it happen.
Yeah.
If ever. Yeah.
Matt, did you
That's
like
funny.
how this movie started with freeze frame? And I bet you're wondering how I got here.
It was like,
It's
you know
so
what's
Sonic of him to do, though.
You know what's so weird? I had to start this movie twice because the first time, so we have Paramount Plus and Paramount Plus like linked to our
Yeah.
Prime also. And so I tried to start watching it on just Paramount Plus and it was like glitching at the beginning and the subtitles came on and it was in like French or something and I was like, "What?" And then so I had to switch to the other one. So I saw that part twice, but I was like, "Wow, did they really
Weird.
just do the
Yeah, they did.
but bet you're wondering how I
Wondering
got
how I
here.
got here.
Starting in medias res, as cosmonaut Marcus likes to make fun of.
I see. How is Cosmonaut Marcus doing these days?
No idea. I haven't watched
Yeah.
one of his videos in a
Oh,
long
I
time.
watched his
Yes,
year
Robbie.
end one. I watched his year end one.
Okay,
which
yeah.
was, oh my god, what was the series he did? I can't remember, but he seemed good when he did it. Oh, it was
Oh.
all M Night Shyamalan.
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, seems like
He stole-
somebody
he stole
is copying
something
from
from-
me.
Max.
Yeah, he was
and
like,
then
is it a
Max-
I only-
cinematic show? The cinematic channel never
Yeah,
posted
I-
part 2. I'm just gonna have to do it myself.
You know what's
Yeah, where's
hilarious?
that,
is
boy?
that I have no desire to do that.
Then
Doing
don't.
part 1 almost destroyed me. I was like to the point where I was like, I had to do so much work to finish it that I was dreading doing it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's not
never
worth it.
again. So at the end of it, I was like, basically wait for part 2, and it's been like 2 years.
No, that's like the
and
best.
Yeah.
Though. That's like the best one.
somebody will
Post.
comment. Yeah, somebody will comment every once in a while, be like, "Where's part 2?" And I think it's very funny because I'm like, "That's never.
It's never
He's still
happened.
working on it. He's still
That's
working on it.
not- It's like it was why I thought it was so funny
Whoa.
with the Mel Brooks History of the World Part 1.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it was, but then they made a part 2 later, and I
Right.
was like, "Oh man!" Like, it was just so funny when it was just part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, why did I start talking about that? Oh, yeah. Were you gonna say something?
You're just starting to. You're
You're
lagging.
cutting out.
Yeah, and you're cutting in and out a little bit. Just a heads up. Hopefully
Is that?
it'll
I
catch
think
up.
it's my internet.
Yeah.
I think it's my internet's way.
You might.
Your
You
internet
could just
is
turn off
out.
your. If you turn off your camera, it might help you catch up.
Like Sonic.
I think. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think
baby.
this is my internet's way of telling me to shut up.
No. If it ends up seeming like it's getting better, then you can turn it back on. Whatever works.
And then I'll be allowed.
You're allowed to turn it back on. I'll deem it. I'll
Okay.
deem it allowable.
Okay, cool.
Luke, you give me more thoughts on Sonic. Come on.
Yeah.
What was your first thought when you and me watched it? And then your thoughts now. Same thing?
I really liked it when we first watched it. I've now grown to love it.
Yes.
So in terms of the viewing experiences, it was like Sonic 1 was like, oh, this was good.
Mhm.
This is what movies should be, right? And then Sonic 2, I was like, oh, okay. Now this is what movies should be. I loved that one from the start. And then when I saw Knuckles, I was like, oh, that's
This
what,
is what
any piece of
TV
cinema
Yes.
TV has to be. And then Sonic 3, the same thing. Oh, this is what movies have to be. So yeah, I think there was a gradual breakthrough with this one.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't love at first.
Yeah.
But then my heart grew
I do
3
think
sizes that day.
I feel the
Like the
same way,
Grinch,
and like I know Kelly's like this one from the first viewing, and you might have anyway. But you also watched Sonic 3 first.
I watched Sonic 3 first.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
like when it was that's peak cinema. So it's always like
It was
I don't know,
already.
I'm
I already
interested.
love
yeah.
And I do
what I
think
was seeing. But
yes, once
I
you get
love.
the characters and the universe, it does play a big part. Where this one's like the nostalgic, like, oh, there's Tom. You
It's just
don't get
Tom.
as
It's
much
just
of
Yes,
him
I
in
do,
Sonic
I do
anymore.
have a specific
Yes.
love for this movie because it's my favorite Sonic outing. Because he's like on another level in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, and he
He's
has the most
so
lines,
child
I'm
with
assuming, because
ADHD.
they have Knuckles and Tails later.
Oh.
So I think everyone's getting like laggy right now.
Sorry, I was adjusting my volume, and then it was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh,
We
We're
lost
having some-
Kelly.
We're having some Discord issues. So
the Discord is
Technical
having
issues.
this.
do you think
This is
Robotnik
how I
is
roll.
doing this? Oh no,
No.
not yet. Not yet.
Luke,
Later. That's later.
I can't believe you.
I don't think I had anything else that I directly wanted to talk about. This movie's, like Luke said, it's like almost nostalgic, even though I had only seen it 2 years ago and then
Yep.
just started watching it again this year because it gets so crazy so fast. And I like those movies more, but it's nice to go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to this like one that's just
I
about
agree.
him and Tom. It's just him and Tom. That's it, and Robotnik trying to get them, and that's like its own
Tom,
vibe because
Tom.
Robotnik is just a different level on the next two. That it's almost like a different character. The Mushroom
No,
Planet changed
It
him.
was a gradual. We saw it.
I think there's a big step
We
between 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3 are the same.
Oh, two is his craziest.
I think 2 is crazier than 3. At some
Crazier
point.
than 3, yeah.
yeah.
with him. Yeah, he's not all there in 2.
Matt, guess what's on my socks?
Ooh, okay. Is it a Nickelodeon character?
No.
No. Is it a character from something?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Cartoon Network?
No.
Is it a cartoon period?
Not a show.
No. Okay. But is it an animated character?
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Should've been your first guess, man.
Mark got
I don't know why it took me so.
Mark got them for me for my birthday.
That's amazing. Oh, is that Sonic from like the original games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
He got a little belly.
I remember
He does got
Sonic?
a little belly.
always makes me think of the dentist.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, there was a
yes,
Sonic
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, they always had the Sonic game
Luke
there,
has
and that's
said
the
that
only
too,
time I
that's
ever saw
crazy.
Sonic. And I feel like they also probably had Spyro, but Sonic was the move.
Spyro. Yeah, no, Sonic
You
was my
remember Spyro?
favorite. I loved playing Sonic. I don't remember Spyro.
I am Sonic. I am Sonic.
Do you know what Spyro is?
No, let me look this up.
He's like the purple dragon looking guy.
Let me type it
Um,
on my keyboard here, yeah? Everybody?
When we get
No.
the Spyro adaptation, huh?
Luke, Discord is muting it. It's good.
Oh,
I don't know. his name
Spyro
either.
game.
I know.
Oh,
Dig
I
Dug.
see. I see this dragon guy. Skylander
Yeah.
swapped force. I remember that.
Oh, Skyland. Wait. What's the one that's
Or
like?
do you remember?
Wait, maybe it is. Yeah, a dragon one. Whatever.
Matt, did you like Crazy Carl's drawing of Sonic?
Yes, that was good.
And he
I liked his picture. The
and
blue
he-
devil.
the blue blur.
Yeah, the blue blur.
And he was what's it called? He was
Highly observant.
everyone knew he was right. Yeah. Everyone should be as observant as Crazy Carl.
He was
Carl
Crazy Carl was vindicated, yes.
vindicated, thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vindicated.
You know what? Carl was giving me like old like Fox Mulder after he retires. You know?
This is what he's doing.
Just completely
Oh,
fall
and
into
after
madness.
Sonic.
Man, he's
Yeah.
been
He was
in
right. He
madness.
was highly observant. Oh yeah, Mulder
And
had
you know what?
never had
Mulder
sanity.
Mulder is always right and always acts like a lunatic anyway.
That's
Like-
true,
Is he
that's true.
always right?
No. A lot of times he's
Version
wrong, to be
of his
honest.
story can sometimes have some truth behind it.
You know what? Mulder does that thing where he makes things he does like horoscopes, or he makes it just vague enough where he's like, see, I was right. And you're
Yes.
like, no, where are you
You're
going?
so right. You gave
Yeah,
no
don't
detail.
worry, Luke. You'll see
Or
when you start
specific.
watching.
Shut your mouth.
Speaking of which, Katie and I have been trying to decide what our drag names would be, and she picked one for me, and it was Foxy Mulder,
That's
and
good.
I
Oh,
loved
yeah,
it.
It's a really good one.
You
Which
just
version?
reminded me of that.
Hers
was-
not
What?
It was
lost it.
Alexis Driver, because it's like a pun. It's
Oh.
Alexis Driver.
Nice, nice.
Like she drives Alexis.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's
what would
really
be
good,
mine?
right?
What would be mine?
Oh,
Well,
Luke?
I can tell you some of the
You're
ones we
so
can come up
loud
with.
now.
it's gonna be
We've come up with some like Katie came up with Clint Eastwood.
That's a good one.
That's
That's a really
good.
one.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh.
I'd use that one.
And then I think somebody said that on Drag Race as a
Oh,
joke when they were doing a
probably.
Western thing, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
We came up with one that did it for me, where it was. You guys know Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had started watching that movie, and I had called him Dick Durgler.
Nice.
That's funny.
What about?
And so I was like, I'll use that, and I was like, that does not work as a drag name, but it's a fun.
That's
Hey,
good.
hey.
That is good.
living
What about-
true.
She's
Comstock
come up
load.
with
What did
what,
you just say?
Comstock load.
What?
You know that there's a book
come again? What were some
Okay,
at home.
we gotta stop.
Oh, yeah.
Comstock load.
What is
What are
that?
you looking
What
at?
are you doing?
Mining on the Comstock.
What?
Luke,
Hey,
I have
Tom,
one
You
more
need
name to
stop-
say.
stop-
Luke, stop saying it.
Okay, so there's one Heaven, Heaven dash Leigh, Heavenly Wiener.
Oh, I see. I
Heaven
see.
dash Lee.
Heaven
yes.
Lee, like Amy Lee.
Yes, exactly.
Amy.
Heaven Lee Wiener, like Abby Lee Miller.
Yes.
Got it. Oh, yes. Is Wiener spelled the usual spelling?
Anyway,
Traditional
yes.
spelling?
Traditional
Is-
spelling. of
Isn't
weed.
isn't Matt Wiener or is it Weiner? His is pronounced Weiner. The guy who created Mad
there's
Men.
somebody-
His name looks
I
like
think
it's
it's
supposed to be Wiener.
Oh. And
Yeah,
it's
it's minor.
Anything else on
think so.
Sonic?
I would be willing to watch the other ones, but I have this problem of saying I'd watch something and then it makes us have to do it on the podcast to get me to actually watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, I'd be willing to watch the sequels.
Guys,
Hmm.
the Comstock lode was the
I-
most profitable silver mine in American history, located in Virginia City, Nevada. You thought it was going to be in Virginia.
What's happening?
I'm still confused.
Why did you look that up?
Because
You guys don't know about the Comstock
It
lode?
was his drag name.
Yeah.
Comstock load?
We need to end this
shorten
podcast.
it, you can just be called Com Load.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie's great. Sonic's the best. He's an iPad kid, but the only iPad kid I love. So
Yeah, respect.
love that it's just a him and Tom movie. That's it. Kelly?
Hello.
What?
I'm
Wait,
trapped in my box.
Put your hand up to it until it like focuses.
Ew.
Nice. Nice.
I look like Reed.
Yeah.
Reed Richards.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Pretend like we're like interlocking hands right now. Okay,
Interlock.
Don't do that.
Interlock.
Don't do that.
I
Does
hate
your-
this. Don't put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Put it away.
It's so blurry.
Okay, and your pause now.
Ew.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay, that's
Better.
better. Jesus.
Luke, anything else on Sonic? Did I ask you already?
Nothing to say.
Okay, Kelly.
I love Sonic.
I'm gonna show
I
you.
love Sonic.
I'm gonna show
Oh.
you guys the thumbnail real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, where did my piece of paper go? Oh no, hold on.
Guys, like now I'm low. Now I'm like Severance.
You do look like you're in Severance. I think I've said that before.
Okay. Let me show
I
you
would
screen.
be Gemma.
Luke, you don't want to be.
No. You want to be the tragic character.
Guys, I put a lot of work into this one.
There's a lot of faces on the cover.
All right, let's see what you're bragging about.
Yeah. See this shit.
Ah.
Mine hasn't loaded.
Oh, that's good.
No! You're
Matt,
I love
obsessed
it.
with Luke.
Matt,
Can I
you
just
are.
say?
It was his
I
pick. I had to
told
put
me it
him
was
on.
his pick.
I put him
But
as
I
Sonic
think it was
because.
Matt's pick. I
Matt.
thought it was Matt's pick.
No.
That's beautiful. This is. Oh, guys, so it came out before COVID. February 14th. It was March when it all
before
hit.
lockdown.
Before
Mhm.
and all went
COVID.
down.
Oh my god.
Came on back.
That's
Oh.
why. Did Sonic bring us COVID?
Probably.
Well,
This is good.
Good
This.
thing Baby Billy's
it's
elixir
good.
can cure COVID.
or can cure COVID. One squirt.
God.
This is great, Mark. This is great and so scary. I probably wouldn't click on this video.
I wouldn't either.
Not at all. I'd run away.
Oh wait. Luke, where would you put this tier list?
Sonic.
Matt?
I'll be honest with you. I'm having trouble closing the stream. And so I don't even know if you can hear me.
I don't
right
even
now.
have it up. Oh.
Stream.
Okay, cool. I would. Well, so
What
it
are
was
the-
just Sonic, and then it's a. What were the other categories?
Just A, B, C, and T now.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, this is like a C movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Sonic for me.
Yeah, and a Sonic for me.
So I would give it an A. I'd put it.
Okay,
In
there it goes.
No. I think that goes into Sonic still.
Well,
isn't it?
no, because we have to,
It has to
that's-
be some kind. Yeah.
and that's fine for
Okay.
Sonic 1 to be
Yes.
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes in A. I haven't. The reason I didn't pull it up is I haven't done this one ready for it or the last movie. I need to update it. for
Yeah.
both,
No worries.
so-
Guys, I just want to say we haven't said anything about our best friend Wade.
Well,
I just wanna
Wade.
that's
Wade
yeah,
Whipple.
Yeah, I do love Wade.
That's it. That's all we gotta say.
Oh, Okay. Oh yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. What was the first
Sad.
one? This
I
is the
say
second one. right?
Sonic and then Elvira.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Because when it
Didn't have
says
any
make a real
friends.
friend, That shit's sad.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel for Sonic. Unhinged, Elvira, and then
Elvira. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Disturbing,
Elvira.
even with
Yes.
Robotnik.
Yes, yes, yes.
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 Entire presence. And gay.
Sonic.
It's Elvira, but Sonic
has to
is
be
a
Elvira.
worthy.
Rohotnik and Stone.
No, I know,
Not in
that's why
this
I'm saying
one.
it's worthy.
Yeah.
But everything about Elvira, Luke, vibes
True.
alone.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying
Luke-
if it was put against something else, Sonic the Hedgehog would win.
If
That's why it's
Elvira-
it's a worthy runner-up.
If
I'll take
Elvira
it.
didn't get
Good.
first in that category, there'd be riots in the street.
Yeah.
People would
Yeah.
be like tipping lampposts and stuff.
Yes. Yes. Oh, Matt. I heard that when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, not this year, but 2 years
Oh, yeah.
before, they had to put grease on telephone poles so people
Yeah,
wouldn't
they greased
find
the
them.
poles.
Is that true? I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true or if that was verified, but I think that's so funny. To be
So,
like, get
I
the
remember-
grease. And
I
we
remember
won.
hearing that, and I can't remember if it was a joke in something, but like it is a thing that Philly fans, when they win, destroy their city, which makes absolutely no sense.
They have to grease the
Get the
bowl.
grease. Get the grease.
Get the grease.
Okay, Kelly, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh my god,
31.
okay.
Okay.
Did this come out before Y2K?
No, it's my most
Okay.
recent pick.
Whoa.
I know.
Okay. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
We need
Second guess. That was the quickest guess ever. That was.
Wow, Matt.
You said you were willing to do it in a
wow.
podcast with me.
I tried to learn from my guess on
You're-
the socks and just go with Sonic first.
Sorry,
Snap.
Matt.
I
You're
know you're
watching the
so
second one
excited.
now.
Matt,
Honestly, I am because I want to see the progression.
Oh,
Good.
Tails, Matt.
This is
You're gonna
why
get
every
Tails.
time someone would say something about the sequels, I would like
You're like,
get mad.
I was trying
mad.
to do it as I was trying to do it as much as like I normally would. Like,
No, yeah.
yeah.
and then I
Yeah,
would
you're-
stop.
yeah. Matt, this is the only movie I've picked over 2 hours.
Yes, this movie is over
Whoa,
2 hours.
It's over 2 hours.
2 hours and 2
Oh,
minutes. This
Wow.
is the longest movie I've ever picked and the most recent.
Wow, this is gonna be an outlier in your bell curve
I
or whatever
know,
you
but
want
I
to
had
call it.
to for Sonic 2.
It's worth it for Sonic 2.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yep.
Now, so I don't get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Is Knuckles in this one?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. This
Okay.
is like
Oh,
the
yes.
Knuckles
Y-
movie,
y-
basically.
Knuckles and
Knuckles
Tails.
and Tails.
Yeah.
Tails.
So I knew Tails was in this movie, but I was like, oh, is it like is it Tails and then Knuckles is the next one? But it's Tails and Knuckles and then Shadow is the next one.
Yes.
Is the third one?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So all of them, and yeah,
Yeah.
it just accumulates
Yeah.
people.
Your guess of a hint of is it before Y2K is a good guess. Like that's a good question.
Yes.
Because for me, like my brain will go in two completely
Yeah.
opposite directions. Whether it's like, you know what? If it's from the 1960s to 1999, it feels very different than 2000 to now.
Yes.
My last pick was Phantom of the Paradise. so,
Yeah.
and now it's Sonic 2.
Equally as unhinged, to be honest.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, if that's the case, I can't wait.
It's
Yay!
yeah. I won't say anything else about it. Actually, just watch it.
So excited
Yep.
to rewatch it
2
again
full hours.
for the podcast.
Yeah.
And 2 minutes.
2 hours.
I'm so
too busy.
excited.
Okay, it's on Paramount Plus. Everyone, if you're gonna watch along,
Yes.
I'm stopping the recording. Sonic,
Everyone go
Sonic's
watch
great, and go watch the second one right now.
it. Sonic rules.
Goodbye. Guys,